Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is so exciting because I finally got my hands on the new marpalette by Colourpop Cosmetics, and this is literally the most gorgeous palette I have ever seen. It was only like $12, 12 or 14, 16, I can't remember. It was under 20 and it is so beautiful. I am so excited to finally put this on my eyes. I've had it for a few days now and I've only swatched it. I haven't put it on my eyes. So I'm so excited to play with this guy. I think these two shades right here are just so pretty, and it's like so beachy, summery, vacation, like, oh, I'm just going to the beach to play in the ocean. So that's why I'm wearing my tourist shirt, because hello, I'm not on vacation, but I wish I was. So we're gonna pretend that we are and play around with this gorgeous eye palette by Colourpop. Recently, I have been using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel with SPF 15, and I really like this stuff. So I have used the water gel in a pot, like the thicker cream that you screw the lid off of. I use that at night, and I've always loved it, but I felt like I wanted something else for daytime, and this is amazing. It smells so good. It's so lightweight. And it has sunscreen in it, so it's like literally the perfect moisturizer for not only just daytime wear but also to wear under your makeup because it's so lightweight. And for primer, I've been using the e.l.f. Water Balm stick, the Prep and Hydrate stick. I tested this out in my last video or 2 videos ago. I can't remember. It smells so good, and it's just like another layer of hydration, and it also has glycerin in it, so it's gonna help keep your makeup on longer. And if you have dry skin like me, you will really like this product. Foundation, I'm going to go in with a BB cream. This is the Misha Perfect Cover BB cream with SPF 42. I have talked about this a few times and I love it. It's sold on Target.com and Amazon. I believe it'll eventually be in stores at Target. It's just not available yet. It's a Korean brand, so it's like slowly making its way into the United States. And I really like this. And I've been into like lighter coverage, less intense face makeup lately, just because I have a ton of freckles that come out during summertime, and I love freckles, so when they're out I want them to show. So I use less coverage on my face during summer just so my skin can breathe and it looks more natural, glowy, freckly. I love the look of that. So we're gonna keep the skin pretty natural and then do something crazy on the eyes with all of the blues. Alright, we're just gonna zoom through concealer really fast. I'll just use the heart-shaped tape under my eyes in light medium and light neutral. I kind of layer the two, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes, and then we will move on to the rest of the face. Okay, concealer is on, and I've powdered underneath my eyes and a little bit around my mouth, but I like to keep my face kind of dewy still so I'm not setting everywhere. And I also like to put my highlight on top of a wet base just so it's more like poppin' and it's kind of more one with the skin and doesn't look like a layer of highlight sitting on top of my foundation. So I'm going to take my Anastasia A23 and I'm going to use the Butter highlight in the Butter palette, and it's the shade Full Moon. So it's the lighter one of the two, and this one is like a very golden, like yellow gold. And I thought I hated it, but the more I use it, the more I like it. So we're gonna use this palette today to like stick with the beachy theme. Beachy. And I'm gonna mix in a tiny bit of Galactic. This one's a little too dark for my skin, but I kind of mix them so that I don't have like a yellow stripe on my face. And then I just go back in with my beauty blender and kind of tap over it just so it's not chunky. Okay, we're gonna start with this blush, and then I'm gonna go in with another one that's a bit more pink. This one is kind of just like a coral sheen, and it doesn't have a ton of pigment. But I'm gonna start with this guy, and it is the shade Natural Glow on my Sigma Duo Fiber blush brush. And I've mentioned this 1,000 times. It's my favorite brush for blush application. I just think it's so easy to use. Okay, I forgot to do bronzer. So we're gonna do bronzer, and then I'm gonna go back in and add more blush. So I'm going to take the Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer on my Morphe fan brush, and if you're confused, I love to apply bronzer with a fan brush. It just is so much easier to not mess it up and get like a harsh line, and it just kind of diffuses the color really nicely, and it's like effortless. The brush kind of just does it for you, and you just sit there and it's such a soft application that you kind of just keep building it up, and it's almost impossible to overdo it with a brush like this. in with a bit of a darker bronzer. I feel like the one in that palette is not as pigmented as the one sold separately, which is very odd, but oh well. I'm going to go in with the Morphe Bronzer Duo in the shade Vlogger and just take a touch of this. This one is very dark and very red, so I don't like to use a ton of it. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a touch of Mango Pink blush on the same brush I used earlier for the blush, and just kind of just sweep it on my apples. Okay, so that's all the face makeup basically done. So I'm going to spray the MAC Fix Plus Gold Light version, the one that has all the little gold sparkles. I'm also going to spray the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist really fast. I have some new brow products that I've been testing out lately, and they are by the brand Full Brow. And this is a brow powder, and then they also sent me their little brush, and I think I really like it. It's been a minute since I have filled my eyebrows, literally filled them in. I have gotten so lazy with them that I've just been using the Maybelline Tattoo Gel. And that's the one with the fibers in it, so it like thickens your brows, fills them all out, and like there's no point in filling them in. And it was so much easier that way, so that's what I've been using. But I used this powder a few days ago, and I really like the way my eyebrows look just because I forgot what it looks like to fill them in. So I'm just going to fill them in really fast using this. These are the eyebrows all complete. I really like that eyebrow powder, and this brush is actually very good. The spoolie on the end is amazing. It's like one of those strong ones where you can like really get in there, and it's not flimsy, it's not moving, but it's like really getting the job done. Love him. Okay, let's go ahead and start on the eyes. I've already primed them with concealer and powder. That's just what I always do. And again, we are going to be using the Marpalette by Colourpop Cosmetics. Blues, teals, aqua. It's so pretty. And then they have a soul palette, which means sun, and it's like red, orange, fiery colors. It's so pretty. I wanted to get both, but I only got the one. Held myself back. The one thing I'm noticing is there's only 2 matte shades in here. This is a matte and this is a matte, so it's great for a transition, and then this is great to deepen up any of your eye makeup looks. The only thing it doesn't have is like a brow bone highlight or like an inner corner highlight, something that's super light. But other than that, it's totally like versatile. Oh, he's matte too. This is a matte blue. So I am just gonna go right in with this guy, and this is Sorbet. I'm just going to take a Morphe blending brush, dip into him, and put this all through the crease. So far, so good. Now, which color shall I use on my lid? I have no freaking idea. This green down here is so unique. Like, we see a lot of this aqua shade in a bunch of different palettes, but like a metallic seafoam green is not very common. So I really feel like I should use him. But also, I swatched this teal, and it has like the most gorgeous chunky glitter in it. It's amazing. So I'm going to take my Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush, and we're going to pat on. Okay, I'm going to try Gridlock. We're going to start with him. And I'm going to put this on like I'm going to put it on the lid. I'm going to focus it more towards the outer corner and leave the inner corner blank for now. And then I'm going to pick up the green shade, which is the shade HWY. I'm not sure what that means. And place this on the part where I didn't put the blue, like near the inner corner. Okay, I'm going to try the green shadow wet because the blue one is way more metallic. I think the blue is technically a metallic and that the green is more of a shimmer. Yeah, it looks really good wet. And while we're here, I'm just going to use the teal again, the shade Gridlock, and I'm going to wet it and see how it looks damp. Okay, so far this is what we are cooking with. I love both of those shades. I think the middle shade is a little bit easier to work with, but this one is just as pretty. You just kind of have to work with it and pat it on a little more. But so far so good. I think it looks so good. Okay, next I'm going to use the matte cobalt blue on my outer corner, and that is the shade Detour. I'm going to pat him on with like a pencil brush and really concentrate this color on my outer corner. Okay, and then I'm going to take the Sigma E36 blending brush, and it is so tiny. I'm going to start to blend out those edges with a little more of the blue on my brush. Okay, so the blue is so pretty, and it's so pigmented when you pack it on, but it's a little bit challenging when you blend it out just because you start to lose some of the pigment. So you kind of have to keep going back and forth between patting, blending to really get like an intense blue look. But it's so pretty. So I'm gonna pick up more of our transition shade. Oh, side note, it kind of goes everywhere. It's a little bit dusty. That doesn't bother me at all. Some people are like super divas and that bothers them, but like, come on, get a grip. So I'm gonna go back in with the transition shade Sorbet. Okay, so I used a bigger blending brush to blend out the edges, and as you can see, I've kind of lost a lot of the blue. So I'm gonna go back in with the blue and use this brush. Okay, I'm going to go back in with our packing brush, and I'm going to pick up more of both the teal and the green. So I'm going to start with the teal. And then go back in with the Seafoam green with a little bit of the Fix Plus again. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. How do you feel? I think it looks really good. The only thing I'm not digging is where the metallic shades met up with the like transition shade, and I do not like the way the blue is blending in with the transition shade. It looks a little muddy, like the colors just don't mix very well. I think I'm gonna add like a warmer color right there just to help blend it. Okay, so like I imagined, there really isn't a shade to put on your inner corners like to make them pop. The yellow gold is really pretty, but it's just not light enough. So I'm gonna take a highlight from the Smashbox Spotlight palette, and I'm gonna use this first yellow one. It's like a super light yellow gold. Okay, so I feel like this look is just missing something, so I'm gonna take the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy eyeliner, and I'm gonna put this right in my crease, and I'm not going to connect it to my inner corner like I typically do. And I'm going to use it on a Sigma Bent Liner B12 brush. And to make it a little more golden, I'm going to use the NYX Liquid Crystal in the shade Gold. This brush is a little more tiny than that one, which is why I can use this one straight out of the tube. And I always just wait till it dries, so I'm going to stay like this. Okay, for eyeliner, I think I'm going to do something super random and fun, just to kind of stick with the theme of like blues and golds and like mermaid vibes. So I'm gonna do a yellow eyeliner. I got the NYX Vivid Brights in the shade Halo, and I haven't used it before, and I've been dying to use it, and everybody like loves these, and they're super pigmented, so I want to see how it looks over like dark eyeshadow. So I'm gonna just try to do a yellow wing and see how it goes. Okay, that eyeliner is so pigmented. I don't know how it works because I just put it over a really dark eyeshadow and you can't see through it. That is so cool. I need to get more of those because that is fun, girl. I'm going to dab on the shade El Rey right here on the very center of my eye just to make it pop. Okay, I'm just going to throw some mascara on. And I've just been using the Bad Gal Bang by Benefit. And now I have to be super careful not to get it on any of this eyeshadow. Should I wear fake eyelashes with this look? Yes. Am I going to put them on? Absolutely not. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to take the matte blue and just run this along those lower lashes. And then I'm going to run the super dark brown, the shade Top Down, on a flat brush like this that can really get in there and detail work along the lower lash line, and run this as close as I can to those lashes. And for lips, I think I'm just gonna wear a gloss. Glosses are like totally making a comeback, and I've actually never really been a gloss person, but this summer I've started to try to like them and wear them all the time. And I actually was sent like all of the Buxom lip polishes, which are like metallic holographic lip gloss, and as well as some of these e.l.f. ones that kind of do the exact same effect. And I haven't tried him, so I'm going to use this on my lips and see how it looks just with the gloss. And then if we need to put a lipstick underneath it to make it kind of really stand out, then we'll do that. This is the Prismatic Lip Gloss by e.l.f. Cosmetics in the shade Rose Quartz. And I'm just going to pop this on my lips. So I'm actually going to dab on a tiny bit of this lipstick by Maybelline, the Coral Crush matte lipstick, just to have a bit of a color laid down first, and then put the lip gloss on top. This lip gloss formula is totally different than any lip gloss I've used before. It kind of feels oily, which is not a bad thing because it's not super sticky at all. It's actually very comfortable. So I'm gonna have to try out more of these because I really like this. So, okay, girlfriend, this is the completed look. I really liked the Marpalette by Colourpop. I only had a tiny bit of issues blending out the matte blue. And I didn't get to try the brown like everywhere. I just put it on my lower lash line, so I can't really speak for that one. This one in the middle is definitely the best shade that I used. It's my favorite. This one is not nearly as like smooth or metallic as I expected it to be, and it also doesn't swatch very well, so that one was a little bit disappointing. And this one is okay. It's also not very blinding, which is a little upsetting, but this one in the middle is so pretty, and it's so cheap that you might as well just get it and try to make it work. Maybe dampening your brush, using your finger, things like that, because I think it's so pretty and worth a shot. And I really want to try out the Soul palette also, just because it looks so fun and so summery, so I might get that one as well. But yeah, this is the eye look I came up with using the Colourpop palette, and I really liked the NYX Vivid Bright. That yellow liner is so fun, and it's so pigmented, which is insane because I put it on top of a bright blue eyeshadow. So yes, girlfriend, that is all for today's video. I hope you had so much fun, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.